Aloha, you guys. Episode 11 here on my journey to $1 million. So, I got a few things to talk about. Um, First off, I want to say that the bananas in the market yesterday were fantastic. I did better than I expected. So, the first week I sold 70 bananas. The second week I sold 64 bananas. And then the third week, which was yesterday, I sold 75 bananas. And it was great. I spruced up my farmer's booth. I got a new sign with like chalk. It's like colorful and more visually appealing. And also, I had a bunch of bananas just laid out on the table to bring the people in. It was amazing. It was absolutely wonderful. Had a great day. It was really hot outside. That's when I do the best. When it's kind of cold, I notice people don't really like go for frozen bananas naturally. I understand. So the bananas are doing great. Um, um, the next thing I want to talk about is open mics. My open mics. It's funny. I think in the last video or the video before, some recent video I made, I talked about how when I was doing my open mics during the lockdown, it never rained on a Monday. It was all divine flow. Everything was happening. But it seems like in this next go around of open mics, it's raining almost every other Monday. I think I'm about like 40% rain, 60% no rain. So it's unfortunate. These rounds, this particular location where I'm doing open mics, it's just getting rained on heavy. We don't have a roof, but there's something else brewing, and it's very exciting. So, yeah, like yesterday, I was at my work, and we have this like radio playing, and on the radio came up this warning. Oh, massive weather report warning. It's gonna rain a lot the next few days. And I was like, man, it's like we're like 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row, just raining, raining, raining. And it's all good because I think God doesn't want me to continue doing these open mics, at least at this particular location. But there's something else brewing up. The coffee shop that I work at, it's called Better Things. Now, this coffee shop is literally next door to the open mic that I host. I mean, literally, there's Frank's house, which is like front yard, open mic where I do it. Right next door is this little coffee shop called Better Things, and I work there. And my buddy Ryan, who I work with in the kitchen there, he was like, "Hey man, we're gonna open up for an evening time service on the weekend or something." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Hey, I do these like amazing open mics. I'm like a fantastic host, a coordinator of musical events. I could probably, run some music during that time." And he was like, "Yeah, man, let's give it a shot." So he invited me to come be the MC, the music coordinator guy, um, on this new event that's happening. The first one is January 7th. We're gonna do a Saturday night open mic. It's like an evening time. It's a coffee shop, so they're only open in the mornings. But we're gonna do an evening time gig, and we're gonna have music. He said I can bring some kava. Gonna serve some kava. And the cool thing about this is that it has a roof. Okay, so we're no longer sensitive to the rain. I mean, definitely if it rains, there's gonna be less people, just because when it rains, people like to stay in. But we have a roof now, so at least if you want to come play some music and listen to music and hang out, you can do so under the cover of a roof. So this is very exciting. That's coming up January 7th. Yeah. I also have another very exciting development in the works. Okay. I'm not quite ready to reveal it on here because, um, still got some details to work out before I feel comfortable announcing it on this video. So, the next video, there will be an announcement of a new development in my life. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about it. So let's get into the nitty gritty. I just basically covered, all the outlining stuff. The bananas are going great. 3 weeks in a row. Over 60 bananas. That's a positive development in my books. Although I'm still in the hole, a little bit too excited. I'm still like I haven't covered my overhead cost, my investment yet, but it's coming very soon, and I'm almost there. It's gonna be great. And so I talked about the bananas. I talked about my open mic. The Monday nights at Frank's house. It's not gonna happen. It's too sensitive to the rain. It's kind of just draining me. It's a lot of fun. I love being music and guy and stuff, but it's just kind of draining. It's either a hit or a miss. It's like it's not that fun in the rain. So yeah. So the open mic, the Monday night open mic, is being replaced by this Saturday music jam at the coffee shop. I don't know if that's going to be a weekly thing. I think it depends on how much of a success it is. Like, if it turns out that it's a major success and it's fucking awesome, excuse my language, and it's awesome, and it like brings in some income for the coffee shop and for myself, then it will likely continue. So for those of you tuning in, if you're on the island of Maui, come to Better Things January 7th in the evening time. We're going to be having some music jams. It's an open mic style, so you can come play some songs. I got a guitar you can use, or we can put on some instrumentals and just kind of vibe out. Anyway, so that's exciting. Bananas, music, it's all coming together. I want to talk about my farming, because I'm a farmer. That's another aspect of my personality in my life. I planted some taro in this plot of land a while ago, and it's about ready to harvest. So I'm really excited. I haven't had a lot of time to go be in the taro patch the past couple months because I've been working so much and handling some other projects. But luckily I have some irrigation on the taro, and it needs to be weeded. So I'm actually gonna get out there tomorrow morning and weed my taro patch and check on it and see, it's almost ready to harvest. So I'm really excited about that. I have 2 varieties of taro. Kalo, it's like for those of you who don't know, it's a root. It's a root crop, has heart-shaped leaves, and it's like a staple of the Hawaiian diet. From back in the day and stuff, and I love taro, so I eat it all the time, and so I like to plant it, and I'm gonna harvest real soon. I might even harvest some tomorrow, just like 1 or 2 pieces, and see how it turns out. So that's exciting. Let's see what else. All right. So one thing I want to talk about, because I'm on a journey to $1 million, and over the course of this vlog, whoever's watching, you're gonna notice that I start to accumulate lots of money. All right. I'm gonna start to become very abundant financially, and that's gonna cause lots of people to want to call me or message me and ask me to give them money, ask me to give you money because you're having a hard time. Okay. And just know that at the root of my heart I want to give you everything. I want to give everybody everything that they ever needed because that's the kind of person I am. However, what I've learned being a man in this world and growing up into being an adult is that you cannot just give away money to people and think that it's going to be sustainable. It's not. I've already done that. I've already in my life been in a position where I have a huge amount of money, like, have a lot of money, and I'm constantly giving, helping people without expecting or asking or wanting anything in return, just sending it. People need help paying their rent. They need their car breaks down. They need this, they need that. I'm helping people. Whether they're on Maui, my friends, or they're somewhere in another state, they need some help, I send it to them. I've been on that trip where I'm just helping with no filter. And let me tell you, it feels good at first, but then when you run out of money and you realize that there's nobody there gonna help me out after I already helped all these people out, then you realize you've been gypped, and I was gypped by my own giving. Okay, so do not be calling me, asking me for money. All right, don't do it. I have a plan for this. Okay, the only person I'm going to just give money to if they ask me for it is my mom. Okay, because my mom is over there in I don't want to be giving all kind of personal information because one day when I'm super rich, I don't want people seeking out my members of my family. But my mom is raising my little brother. My little brother is 8 years old right now, okay? And my mom, she doesn't have money. She just called me today saying, she needed some help with some money. And so guess what I did? Look at me. I got very little money and I sent my mom some money, okay? And I've made a rule for myself is that the only time I'm ever going to just send somebody money who calls me and asks me for money is my mom. Because my mom gave me life and she spent every last penny of every money she ever had when I was a kid trying to feed me and house me and send me to school and get me doctor's appointment and whatever all that stuff. So she's the only person I owe anything to in that regard. But just know that I want to help you. If you call me and you're really in need and you're talking about your situation, I want to help you. But right now, in these early stages when I'm trying to make my first $1 million, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to be able to, okay? It's just a matter of boundary and sustaining myself because like I said, I've already done it. I've already given out all my money before. I'm not doing it. Okay, so don't be calling me asking me for money. All right. But here's what I will do. At a certain point of my wealth, let's say when I reach a certain amount, I'll be open to giving people loans with interest. I'll act as if I'm a bank. Like, for example, if you're a friend of mine and you have a really wonderful business idea and, for some reason you can't come up with a chunk of money to invest in yourself, which, by the way, is total bullshit because you see me on here working 4 jobs to put into my banana business. So at first, I'm going to call you out on your bullshit and say, why aren't you working to invest in yourself? And if you have a legitimate explanation, and if your business idea is actually, sounds good to me, and I think it's actually going to work, I'm going to invest in you, okay? I'm going to be like a bank. Let's say you want to start a business making bow ties out of coconuts, okay? Coconut fronds. And for some reason, you need $500. For some reason, you don't have it, you really need it to do this thing or whatever. And you're going to be able to pay me back in like a month or something. I will loan you that $500, but you'll have to pay me that $500 back plus some interest. Just for simplicity's sake, let's say $600. I don't know the exact numbers or what it's going to be in the actual moment. But if you call me up and you got a business idea and you need a chunk of money, all right, to do this thing, let's talk about it. Let's discuss the deep ideas and whatever the process and whatever you need and how it's going to go down. Let's talk about how and when you're going to pay me back. And let's talk about if you don't pay me back, where I'm going to find you. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm not a fighter, but I'm also not trying to get messed around with, if you know what I'm saying. I already had to chase down one person. Stealing bananas. People stealing bananas. I caught somebody stealing bananas. No, I called him out straight up. You ain't stealing my bananas. Pay me. And guess what? He paid me. And same thing. Somebody bought some kava at my open mic, and they like I had my girlfriend selling the kava, and this person came up and like deceived her. You know, it was like, oh, I'll Venmo you. Can I have a kava? Sure, yeah. Take the kava. You can Venmo us. Come 2 weeks later, no Venmo. I requested her twice. No Venmo. I saw her at the drum circle. Pay me. All right? I know it's only $5. I don't care about the amount. It's the principle. I'm not about to be out here letting people take advantage of me just because I'm a nice person. That's why I'm saying do not call me saying that you need money. Because my heart wants to give it out to you. But I know I can't do that. And don't make me say no to you. All right? Don't make me do that. Anyway, I'm getting kind of on a tangent. I'm just having fun here. But, you know, once I get to like hundreds of thousands of dollars, at that point, I will feel okay about helping somebody pay their rent if they really need it. You know, if someone is hurting, because I know what it's like to be down in the dumps and you can't even pay the rent, and it's like, dang, you know? But I also know what it's like to be down in the dumps. You can't pay the rent, and I ask somebody for help, financially speaking, and they tell me no. I'm like, all right, I'll remember that. You know, I'm going to remember that. But anyways, I'm trying to remove hate from my heart and my mind. You know, I wanna remove agitation, but what I'm finding is as a young man who I don't really have that much, there's nobody out here taking care of me, so I gotta take care of it myself. Okay, I'm getting to this point where I gotta start taking care of my mom. She's getting old. I got a little brother. He's 8 years old. All right, I'm not out here foo-foo making $1 million so I can, you know, flaunt around and be rich and whatever. I got people to take care of. I got kids to feed. I mean, I don't have kids myself, but I have a baby brother, okay? Listen, this ain't no game out here. I'm not out here to just be rich for no damn reason. I got kids to feed. All right? So I'm not sure, you know, I'm getting kind of off on a tangent here. I don't really remember where I'm at in the flow of what I was actually talking about, because I kind of got caught up in my emotions there. I don't know if you noticed that. But, oh yeah, so that was what on my list. Take care of mom first before I take care of y'all broke ass. All right, I love you though. But take care of mom first. So don't be asking me for money unless my mom is sitting comfy. Then you might be able to ask me for some money, but not yet, because she gotta get something first. You know what I'm saying? So all right. So that's that point. I'll let that go because I've been talking about that for like 10 minutes now. Woosah, let me calm down. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video yet. But one thing I want to talk about that I spoke about in a previous video was how much I love eating pure organic, locally grown food, and how much I don't like eating, you know, non-organic, you know, maybe perceived as poison, but it's very cheap. I've had a moment of weakness recently where finances were really short because I put all this thing into the business and EBT ran out, and I was like, oh man. And you know, I was just unable to stay strong with my desires and temptations for like my taste buds, and I ended up eating some food that was not local, organic, and you know what? I gotta say, sometimes in life you just gotta do what you gotta do, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating or judging people, you know, if you're not eating 100% local organic, because not everybody has that ability to do that all the time. And I want to like remain grateful for those moments in my life when I can do that, and I do have that choice, because not everybody has that choice, you know. And if you're somewhere in the world and you're not eating local organic, whether it's produce or like a deer that somebody went and hunt in their backyard or something. I'm not a vegan, by the way. You know, I was really deep. I was a vegan at one point, and then not a vegan, and then I got really deep into like Krishna philosophy, where it was like vegetarian. But I'm kind of just like, as long as it's local, meaning like within, like, you know, close by where you live, and if it's organic, that is more important, I think, than anything. Whether it's or like whole foods, like not processed foods. Like, for example, let's say you're not a vegetarian and you want to eat a steak from a cow. Okay, I know some vegetarians are gonna be offended if you're watching this, but I'm just for you know, just to show you what I'm talking about. If you eat a steak from let's say Walmart or whatever, and that cow grew up eating like not good grains, or like had a suffering life. Like if that cow was in a factory, you know, it's horrible conditions, getting whipped or whatever, that cow was suffering, and he's eating food that's like poison, it's like not good, the cow's not happy, and the cow had a terrible life. And when you buy that steak, you're voting for that with your dollar, and you're basically saying, here, I want this, you know, keep doing this. So you give them money and then you eat the steak. There's that, or there's 100% grass-fed steak cow that was hanging out in a pasture its entire life, eating grass, cruising in the wind, you know, just, and it has a happy life and it's great. And when you pay for that, you're supporting that to continue, as opposed to the other thing to continue. So, you know, the same thing goes with vegetables. If you pay for broccoli that's been fed poison in some lab with lights and bullshit, you're paying for that, and you're putting that in your body, and you're voting for that. But if you pay for organic broccoli that only has nice organic fertilizers and poop, and it's been in the sunlight and it's all nice and stuff, that's what you want in your body. Okay? That's the difference that I'm talking about between eating processed bullshit and eating something real. Man, pissing me off. There's this food stuff, and it's clearly processed. It's got a list of ingredients that you can't even pronounce half of it, and there's like 20 ingredients and you can't pronounce it. And one of the ingredients is natural flavors. Are you serious right now? If you look on almost any processed bullshit that you can buy from the store, it's going to say in the ingredients list natural flavors. That ain't natural at all, you guys. They're lying to you. They're lying to you in the ingredients list of some of this nonsense. Man, you got to be eating whole foods. Man, if you got some, like, dude, instead of going through the McDonald's line for convenience, why don't you seek out a hunter that can get local venison for you? Or a fisherman that goes into the river in his backyard and fishes out fish for the people. You know, or your local farmer who got the organic supply. That's what I'm talking about, man. And you know, I'm sorry if some of y'all is vegetarians or vegans, and you know, I know it's not really in line with the Krishna philosophy, and you know, I understand all that, but what I'm talking about is local organic. Whether it's vegetarian or not vegetarian, local organic is what's going to help in the long run, because you're not going to get everybody vegetarian. You got to have local organic food supply no matter what you're eating. Local organic food supply. And this is coming from somebody who works at a damn gas station selling 95% bullshit. All right? Firsthand. You know, and it's pissing me off. I don't know how long I can do it. Excuse my language. This is probably the most profanity I've had in one video. But I gotta stop the video soon because I don't know if I can upload it when it gets past 30 minutes. It's at 27 right now. So anyways, eat good food. Don't be asking me for money. If you're on Maui, come buy some bananas from me. They're actually really good. The frozen bananas with the mac nut butter. I'll show you one next video. Also, the open mic, no longer happening. Do not come to Frank's house tomorrow night. It's not happening. And January 7th is the new music that's going to happen. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be announcing that. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to be revealing an announcement of a new development that's coming up in my life. And I'm very excited about that. It's going to be freaking awesome. I'm really excited. So aloha to you guys. This is episode 11. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. Heated emotion, probably. Anyway, I love you guys. Aloha.